According to a study from the Journal of Basic and Applied Social Psychology, 60% of people lie at least once in a 10-minute conversation. Whether you have been lied to or if you are the liar yourself, everyone has experienced some form of deception in their life. I watched a TED Talk and gathered my information from Psychology Today, Science of People, and QuickBase to get the most accurate and reliable information on my topic of lies and deception. Today I will be informing you all about deception by going over the different types of lying myths, the different types of lies, and how to spot when someone's lying to you. The first thing I want to share with you is lying myths. The first myth is if people look to the left, it automatically means they're lying. This is a myth because there is some science about eye movement being traced to lying, but it's not really a reliable form of lie detection. The second myth is that liars can't look you in the eyes when they're talking. This is wrong because liars actually want to look you in the eyes to make sure that you're believing what they're telling you and following along with their story. The second point is the different types of lies. In an article written by Ava Reichersmith, she states that there are 6 types of lies: error, omission, restructuring, denial, minimization, and exaggeration. Today we're going to focus on 2 of the more common types of lies, which are error and omission. Error is a lie by mistake, and in this lie, people believe that they are being truthful when they really aren't. The second one is omission, which is leaving out relevant information. This is thought to be one of the easier and less risky forms of lying because it doesn't involve making up a story. This is still deception, but there's less guilt and risk involved. And the other ones I was telling you about are restructuring, which is distorting context, denial, which is refusing to acknowledge the truth, minimization, which is reducing the effects of a mistake, and exaggeration, which is representing as greater. So you represent yourself as better than the person that you're talking to. The final thing is how to detect a liar. Spotting a lie is a pretty difficult thing to do, and since each person has their own tendencies, it's not always accurate each time. Here are 6 ways to get better at determining if someone is lying to you by Psychology Today. So here are the 6 ones. The first thing you're going to want to do is ask neutral questions. Asking neutral questions will give you a baseline of the person's behavior without making them uncomfortable. You want to look for shifting stance and eye movements, and make sure you ask enough questions to be able to observe a pattern. The second thing you want to do is find the hot spot. Once you move past the neutral territory, you move into the lying territory. Watch for changes in body language, facial expressions, and sentence structure. The third thing you want to look for is body language. When liars are telling a lie, they often pull their bodies in to make themselves feel smaller and less noticeable. Look for concealing hands, fidgeting fingers, along with shoulder shrugging. So in this picture, you can see that this guy is doing grooming behaviors, such as fidgeting with his hair and biting his lips. He's repeating questions, and he's speaking in sentence fragments. So he's typically lying to the girl he's talking to. The fourth thing you want to look for is microfacial expressions. These are the expressions that give away that someone is lying, such as changes in face color, rapid blinking, and lip biting. So as you can see, this girl, she's kind of smirking, which means that she's most likely lying, and she has eyes that are gazed, so she's visually remembering images. The fifth thing you want to look for is tone of voice. When a person is lying, their tone of voice changes. Depending on the person, this might be a higher or lower pitched voice, or they might talk faster or slower. Their sentences also become more complex because their brain is working on overdrive to keep up with the stories they're telling, while also trying to cover their tracks. The last thing you want to look for is when the person stops talking about themselves. People who are lying tend to remove themselves from the stories that they're telling and put the focus on other people. This is to distance themselves from the lie they're telling. Detecting lies is a science that isn't always foolproof. Everyone has different behaviors, so there's no one-size-fits-all method to detecting a lie. Today I informed you about the lying myths, the different types of lies, and how to detect when someone is lying to you. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so I'm going to leave you with this quote from Mark Twain, and it says, "If you tell the truth, there is no reason to remember anything." Thank you.